Alright guys, just going to show you a quick video on how to customize your ETrade Pro Classic charts. So what you're seeing right now, this is my day trading screen. Off to the left I have a daily chart, and the one in the middle is my intraday chart. And so whatever stock that I click in the watch list, both charts will be populated with that stock. So it's very good for identifying resistance and support levels on the daily chart and then transposing that over here into the intraday chart. So notice off to the left on my daily chart I have different tabs for time periods. So let me go back to this stock. This is a 1 year daily candle chart. If I click the tab here, it goes to 6 months, zooms into 3 months, now we're on 50 days, and now we're on 20 days. Just a nice way. It's much quicker than having to go, okay, daily, and then click the number of days. This is much quicker to just be able to click tabs like this to zoom in and out. So now over here, we're looking at this chart, this stock XXII. This is the 20-day chart, so that these two are actually the same, except this one over here is a daily chart. This here is, these are 30-minute candles. So now I go to the 10-day, I have 15-minute candles, 6-day at 5-minute candles, and then I've got a 4-day for a 1-minute candle, 2-day, and a 1-day, which is today. So notice once we get to the 6-day chart, I add this little blue line. If you're not familiar with that, it's basically called VWAP, which stands for volume weighted average price. Anytime the chart trends above this blue curve, it's a sign of the stock becoming bullish. Anytime it goes beneath the blue line, it's considered to be bearish. So just FYI. Also down here, I'm sure you're aware of this. This is the volume that I have. I don't label it. I like the clean. I like how clean this looks without all the labels. So let me just go ahead and show you how to make this type of chart, and I'll also show you how to link everything to a watch list. So when you can just click on different stocks, it'll populate their different time intervals. So this is just a snip of the RGB color code. So whenever you go to chart settings, you'll be able to change the chart, axis, grid, gradient, and bar color. So the first number is the red, the second is green, and the third is blue. So just take note of these numbers, and I'm just going to show you how to make it from scratch. So if I go to a blank screen right now, go to Tools, and then go to Chart Classic, it's going to open this sort of blue chart, which isn't terrible by default, but it becomes annoying whenever you go to, say, a 1-minute candle chart, and you look at like a 10-day. You see you've got a bunch of white, and it's really hard to even see the red and green. I don't really like it. So how do we fix this? Let me just close this little notification down here. You're going to have to change the colors to all of this stuff here. So let's just right click, go to chart settings, and now the chart color, if you just click these colors here, you can see that the RGB is selected by default, and red, green, blue is already 0, 0, 0, so I'm good. Now for the axis, let's see what were the colors, 47, 105, 43. So 47, 105, 43. Press OK. Grid is actually 20, 20, 20. And the gradient here will be 0, 0, 0. So now you've got this black background. Now the only other thing to do is change the bar color to 103, 103, 103. It basically makes it a little bit more gray. So you can really look at how much nicer this this looks here. You can actually see the colors a little bit better. Instead of all that white, now you get a little bit of gray. A little bit easier on your eyes. Now another thing to do is get rid of this buy sell button. So right click and disable the chart trading option. And I like to also right click, let's see, hide study names, so the volume label disappears. Another thing to do is show extended hours. That way you can see what happened between each day during pre and post market time periods. And we'll also go to show previous close line. So obviously this chart here is green on the day since the chart is trending above the previous day close line. Now if you want to be able to add another tab, what you're going to have to do is click this little gear at the top right and go to Enable Tab on this window. So now you can see you can label this tab here where it says Chart Classic. You can change this to something like, let's say, today. And if you want to add another chart, you press the plus sign and you go to Chart Classic. But look, it added another chart like that old one. You're going to have to redo it all? No, you don't have to go back and change the color. That would be really annoying. So how do you fix this issue? All you have to do is basically right click the chart, go to Chart Manager. Actually, close this one first. go back to this chart, right click, chart manager, and now go to click in here and press save as. We're going to save this chart as my YouTube layout. I like this. So press OK. Click on the YouTube layout chart, and then you will set as default that button here. So now your default chart is YouTube layout. If you ever change your mind, you want to go back to the old one, click restore default. So go ahead and press OK. So now whenever you press the plus sign and open a new chart, it will automatically have the same format as before, which is pretty dang awesome. The only thing you have to do is you have to kind of adjust the little volume height, and you also have to turn off the study names, and then also disable the buy sell buttons, which is the chart trading. You also want to make sure you show the previous close line as well, and I think this one shows extended hours by default. So another thing to know is that you can also zoom in and zoom out on your axes by, if you click on the y-axis, you can shrink and expand. You can also do the same thing on the x-axis. You can zoom in by scrolling to the left. You can zoom out by scrolling to the right. It's lagging a little bit because I'm recording. Let me do something a little bit easier to process. Let's do 15 minutes so you can zoom in and zoom out by dragging the x-axis. Very cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we're going to show you how to link this to, let me just close that. We'll link this to a watch list. So what you do is you go to Tools, Watch List, and you get your watch list here. And what you're going to do is create a link. So you see this link button here. You got to click one of these links. Any one you want. Let's go ahead and press link 3. And then on this chart up here, we'll also go to link and set it to link 3. Now all you have to do is add different stock tickers. So I'm just adding a few different oil and gas companies. So if you click CVX at Chevron, it'll populate it in the chart, and then Exxon, it'll populate it in the chart. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously if you want to add another chart, you just go back to Tools, add another chart, and you can stick it beneath it or something. And again, if you want to add your tabs, you just go back to this little gear and press enable tabs, and then you can start adding different tabs. So hopefully that helped. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.